Hey, what's up folks? This is Jean-Claude with Detailed Designs Auto Spa, and I want to show you one of my favorite tools to use and how to use it in a non-conventional way, but is still amazing. It's the smaller of the Wheel Woolies. I'll pose a situation for you. Let's say you're in need of a brush, but you need a brush that has bristles on the side. Well, kind of like this, except there's no bristles. It's just a fabric material. But let's say you need to get into a gap, kind of like between here, and it's not that you need to necessarily clean straight down, but you need to clean side to side. When you have a brush, which is a great tool by itself, it's somewhat limited in that way. If you use a small Wheel Woolie, it's really great at cleaning more than just one direction, kind of cleaning in a U shape, and you have much more leverage. I'll give you an example of that in this area right here. If I could get you to come in and shoot right here for me, Pablo. Come this way. Come around to this side. I'll have you shoot. Let's capture this. Come on my way. Keep coming around. Keep coming around. Bingo. Okay. Can you see all that brown dinginess in here? Right here. You'll see that brown dinginess? That's perfect. Hold it right there. Not to be confused with this lip. That's actually a type of like lithium, I believe is what it actually is, for a rubber seal that's going to go back on when we finish detailing this. But this stuff is not easy to get, and yet because of this we can't easily get a brush downward. So if we were to use a brush, we have very limited leverage. I'll get you to step back to the other side for me. Thank you, sir. And so what I'm going to do is demonstrate a really great way to use this. Get your favorite cleaner on it. You can spray straight to your tool, or if it's safe, you can spray to that surface. And then get in there, and I'll swap my hand around. Some of this may come up, some of it may not come up. This one's coming up. The other side cleaned up really well. So of course, as I'm shooting this, and again, I'm not going to attempt to get this stuff off. I may get some of it by accident, but notice, I mean, trying to get this with a brush would be a complete waste. Here's part of my problem. Let me get some on here to dwell a little bit, and then we'll come back and agitate it. I didn't give it that dwell time. There we go. And I'm fairly certain we're going to start seeing some nice progress with this. There we go. All right. But if I had to do this with a brush, I mean, it would be just about mission impossible. It's not that there's no way you'd ever get it, but man, you'd be blowing a ton of time, and your results really would be quite limited. And this is for a Porsche 997 Turbo. It was a Denver car, and it's got, Pablo, do you recall how many miles were on it?
70,000.
70,000 miles. And we'd already wiped this down in here with towels, but of course the towels. Hey, come on around here, Pablo. Shoot down at this, downward at this spot. And again, this is kind of where a brush would kind of do okay, yet you do suffer a little bit with leverage in terms of the firmness of your brush. And come around to this side, Pablo. You can see down in here up against this plastic piece, there's still a little bit of dinginess in there. And that's where you're going to run into a limitation, is you're not going to be able to necessarily get this perfectly in that gap. If I sit here and agitate long enough, I'm sure I could, with the loose bristles, somewhat break that down, but I need to get in there with a Q-tip. But, and in this case, I'm going to follow up with some steam, and we'll see how clean this fella gets. Let's see if that'll come off with a little bit of steam as well. If you're not aware of it, steam, when you add heat to a chemical or a cleaning process, in general, that cleaning process gets a bit intensified. You can get some better results. There can be limiting factors to that as well, but it's a good rule of thumb. Grab my towel here. Got just a little bit right there. There we go. And so I'm not going to bore you with any more of this, but this had a fantastic impact on the results here. Now I'm going to go back and I'm going to do something that gets this out here as well as on the opposite side. There's a little bit more dinginess in here, but I mean, this had the perfect impact. The results we want are literally one treatment away. So again, what we're talking about here is using the short Wheel Woolie tool in some of these crevices that otherwise a brush just doesn't like to play with. Another great spot is in your door jambs. That door jamb hardware, that can be very challenging to get brushes to behave nice because you need something that cuts kind of on the side. So check it out. Where I buy my stuff, my Wheel Woolies, detailed image. They did not give me this. Wheel Woolie didn't give this tool to me. I keep them on hand. I sell them to customers. It's just one of the little tips for how we do things around here. Figured hopefully this will help you guys out. Anyways, thanks for watching, and be sure to buy your small Wheel Woolie at Detailed Image. And that's my son. Go on and show Jack off here. Jack, say hey. Hey, look at the camera. Come here. If you're going to jump out here, come here. Anyways, go to detailedimage.com. They'll take care of you. I've been doing business with them for years. Get your Wheel Woolies there. Thanks for watching. See you around.